The British royal family has finally updated Harry and Meghan's bios on the official royal family website. Do you wonder why, for so long, the palace left them alone and suddenly clearly drew such a line? Let us find out in this video. And howdy sinners, and welcome back to the Royal News 365 channel. We are receiving two good news: the return of the Princess of Wales and the royal family's move to cut ties with Harry. Although the joy is not yet complete because the royal family's website still has a link to Sussex.com, I believe this is just the beginning. Statement from Buckingham Palace confirming that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will not be returning as working members of the royal family, yet remain much-loved members of the family. How ironic is the phrase much loved? We seem to have a lot of hope for the king as well as the palace when, after everything Harry and Meghan have done, this duo is still allowed to roam around as if they were still members of the royal family. They left, throwing family members under the bus, turning the whole of the UK into a racist kingdom. They continuously profit from their royal title and try to overshadow the other members. Every time this happens, we wonder what the royal family is doing. This time, too, Harry and Meghan plotted to attack Catherine and tarnish the Diana Awards. This time, however, the monarchy had an answer. So what caused this decision to be made? I wonder if William is the one who oked the website changes. He's pretty much filling in for his dad. Or I wonder if this was in response to Harry trying to act like a working royal in Canada and offering to work with the Indigenous chief. Maybe that finally tipped the scale, along with Harry making it known he'd be happy to step in while Charles recovers from his medical treatment. Think of all the Canadian officials who work diligently and carefully on intertribal matters. They must have gone berserk when Harry opened his big yap and made their fury known. It's a good start. Many think that the Harkles should have been removed from the website completely. He's a traitor married to an evil witch that's caused nothing yet trouble. Traitors to the king do not belong on the royal website. However, he still has the Duke title given to him by the late as a wedding gift. Getting rid of Harry completely will probably be difficult. And I think Harry and Meghan know this, and that's why they are hell-bent on inflicting as much pain now as they possibly can. However, it always backfires on them. I thought that was a clever way to draw the bios to a very clear conclusion. I'd have preferred they stay on the back page they were hidden on for a short while, yet it's a decent enough start for what I hope is a journey leading somewhere. I particularly didn't like the direct link to their Sussex.com yet. Well, it's a step in the right direction, and the sooner they are completely wiped off, it will be the better. I would have preferred a sentence at the end of King Charles's bio, with words to the effect that Charles has a second son who resides in California with his wife and 2 children and no longer conducts royal duties. That's all that is needed. I am overjoyed with the updates. The British royal family has more scruples and decorum than the former royals in California. Just Harry is the king's son, so he is still a member of the family. Today's updates reveal a distinct division between a working royal and just a family member. The history of the split is clearly articulated so that no one can mistake Harry and his wife as working members of the British royal family. He has publicly demonstrated through his efforts to defame and dishonor the British royal family that he is unfit to be a working royal. So, my friends, calm down about the link to their Sussex.com site. It's just a website. We just saw the king has 2 sons. They see one bio, yet where is the other? Where did he go? They put a small blurb that he is alive yet no longer represents the royal family. The royal family has their working style. In a way, it's kind of funny because the British royal family is making it clear that the Sussex couple are separate from them, like, for their work, here's their website. Seems a somewhat subtle way to acknowledge that this duo is on their own. The first paragraph says they are no longer representing us. Further down, it's like if you want to know what they do, go here. They will get clicks, so no doubt the Sussex.com page will change, however. I think those clicks will not amass any long-term benefit. Thinking metaphorically, the link shows clearly how non-royal they are and how commercialized and greedy they have become worlds apart from the real royals. I think linking them is like saying, "Ah, yes, what happened to the renegades?" We would never say anything publicly derogatory. Why don't you have a look yourself? That's why I think it must have been part of a larger discussion between the British royal family and the Sussex duo to include the link. The royal family and their grey suits can't be that naive to think the Sussexes wouldn't add the links. Now Meghan and Harry come down after Andrew. The only reason I can imagine leaving Andrew up was so there is a visible statement of what his status is with the family. It means that they are always on record that he is not a working royal and has been stripped of privileges. To be honest, they should have added Fergie to Andrew's page. Harry and Andrew are non-working royal former spares and their wives. Fergie and Meghan both are completely irrelevant to the actual royal family, despite being titled. Showing the equivalence between the couples on the website would have been a good reminder to the public of that. In my opinion, Fergie deserves to be on there more than Meghan. She and the late Queen got on like a house on fire, right up till the day she died. She's made mistakes in the past for sure, yet I never once got a nasty, vindictive vibe from Fergie. She remains loyal to the monarchy and seems to have done a decent job of raising her two girls. The only reason I think why she's not on there is because she and Andrew are technically divorced despite still living together, and the royal family is extremely old-fashioned when it comes to that sort of thing. It's a shame, though. I'm hoping the king does the right thing and does a solid for the Prince of Wales by removing all titles from the Sussexes before William ascends the throne. I think that would be the best course of action, like Margrethe too did. Remember, it was said that Charles didn't want to humiliate Harry, so that's probably why they threw them some bones. I bet William insisted on some changes, and when he's king, that will finally be the boot that kicks their ass overseas, never to return. However, providing an unnecessary link to the She-Devil's workshop suggests they were notified ahead of time of these impending changes. Therefore, she had an opportunity to salvage and save herself from some level of embarrassment. Also, putting everything in past tense is quite literally the very least they could have done, considering it's been 4 years since. The whole section regarding the titles really could have been omitted, regardless of how long they are allowed to continue using them for financial gain. There is still a hesitation. It is absurd to move at a glacial pace like this, and I think the Catherine photo scandal was a much-needed wake-up call. Those antiquated rules are losing their place in today's social media-driven society. The time is now for them to show their strength and no longer cower and concede to the demands of D-list actresses whom they politely called successful. I realize that the page is still changing, yet I find it interesting that Harry and Meghan's entry differs stylistically from the other members of the royal family. All of the entries have an about feature for everyone except Harry and Meghan's entry. For Harry and Meghan, instead of the standard blurb, you get an immediate announcement about them stepping back as working royals, and it cuts itself off partway through a sentence. And of course, their entry has citations to where they had publicly indicated that was their own desire to do so, which I like to see, even if it is 4 years too late in coming. Joke aside, this is the much-needed confirmation to the public that they no longer represent the royal family. I hate how they keep crashing on charity events or organizations and news reports like they're still working royals. In reality, they're just normal people, and normal people don't always receive reports for doing charity like them. So I think after all the shite the gruesome twosome has thrown at William and his family, this is how, as a father, he repays William's loyalty, duty, except by doing the square root of sweet father. However, he did not want to give up on Harry completely, still hesitant about his decision. And I'll show you one more interesting thing. This new royal family website update is rather interesting. Say nothing yet say a lot. Does the page on Archie read rather weird to anyone else? It sounds as though the only family members who saw Archie were the late Queen and Prince Philip. Also, the fact that there is nothing on Lily, apart from her name, and it's there on their joint page. However, no photos. Meanwhile, all three children of the Prince and Prince of Wales have photos in their parents' section. I like the royal family style of saying nothing yet saying a lot. I think it's excellent. Very smartly done. The Sussexes can't cry victim as they're still featured on the website. And everyone who has a question about Harry gets current facts from the source. There are still many people out there who have no clue whatever happened to Happy Prince Harry. So I believe that, throughout the process of Harry and Meghan attacking the royal family, especially when they targeted the future king and queen, the palace always kept them in sight and prepared weapons to respond. The problem is, who will initiate this and when will it happen? The royal family has existed for hundreds of years. They are not afraid of the antics of traitors. And you, what do you think is the direct reason behind Harry and Meghan's downgrade? Please join the discussion with us by commenting. And if you like our videos, don't hesitate to like and share so YouTube's algorithm recommends similar videos. Please support us by subscribing to receive notifications when the latest videos are updated. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you later.